Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing prom makeup for you guys. So I'm gonna do like more of a bold kind of glam look today. I really hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette because I'll explain why later on in the video, why I chose that palette. And if you want to see how I did this glam prom makeup, then keep on watching. So I'm going to start off by priming my face, and I'm using the old Henriksen Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. Now the reason I would choose this if I was going to prom, although I've been out of high school for like 3 years now, I would choose this primer because it is an oil control and a hydrating control, so it will give you like, I'll make sure you're not too oily, but also keep you hydrated. So this is, I think, something that would be really good, especially because now granted, I did not go to prom, so I don't know how prom works, but I'm assuming you're going to be dancing and be sweating and, you know, all that fun stuff. So, you're going to get warm, and then you're going to cool down, and then you're going to get warm, and then you're going to cool down. So this is something that even if you're sweating, it will keep your makeup in place, and it will keep it looking very good. Then, of course, I'm going to prime my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm just going to use a flat brush, and I'm going to dab that into my eyes, onto my eyelid. Now that my eyelids are primed, the palette that I'm going to be using today is the Modern Renaissance palette. Now I know this is such a cliche palette, but the reason that I chose this is because I want to do a look with an item, mostly like for eyes, that I know so many people have. Like girls that I know that don't even like makeup that much have this palette. So it's like, if you like makeup, I know you have this palette. Like everyone has this palette. So that's why I chose this one. I know hella basic, but I want the most amount of people to be able to replicate this look as possible. So we're going to go in with Golden Ochre. I literally still don't know how to pronounce the names. It's fine. It's okay. And then I'm going to take, obviously I put this on a blending brush, and I'm just going to take this into my crease. Now the look that I'm trying to accomplish today is something that's not really hard, that a lot of people can duplicate. And it will also be one of those things that anybody, no matter what color dress you're wearing, what color suit you're wearing, you can do the same exact look. So then I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go in with Warm Taupe, and I'm going to try and place that around the same spot that I just placed that last color, but maybe like a little lower as well. Not maybe, that's what we're doing. I'm just softly blending that in there. And then I'm going to take this Cypress Umber, and I'm going to put this in my outer and inner corner. I'm going to do a halo eye with this, and I know the last, like I did with ABH, was also a halo eye. But I just feel like it's something that, I mean, people, you might have to practice it before prom, but it's going to give us that really pretty look, and it's gonna look good. It's going to look good. I know we do it often, but it's going to look good. Alright, so now that we have this going on, I'm going to take my paint pot again and the brush that I used to carve out my brows. Wish I could tell you guys what this brush is. Wish I knew where I got this brush because I want to buy like 4 more of them because this has never let me down. But just take like a flat carving brush, and then we're just going to place that right in the middle. Try and keep it as clean as possible when doing the when like placing the paint pot again. We are going to go over it and clean it up and put something down along the line, so like you have a little bit of leeway, but it's just easier when it's as clean as possible. And then I'm going to take my brown shade again and go along the edges to kind of blend them. going to take another flat shadow brush, and I'm going to be using Primavera. You can use this or the Vermeer shade. The Vermeer shade is a little more pink, and the Primavera is more gold. So we're just going to go with the gold. Depending on what you're wearing, you can always do a different glitter shadow, shimmer shadow. I don't know why I stay saying glitter, but I think this one's a very neutral shade that will work for most people's outfits. So now we're done with the eyeshadow portion. Let me do the other eye, and then we will finish off the look. I finished the other eye. Now what I'm going to do to add a little pop of color, you can do this, or you don't have to do this. You can use a colored eyeliner. You can do whatever you want, but this is my personal favorite trick to kind of make a more simple look more elegant and like glam, but not like I tried super hard for this type of glam, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be using one of the Stila, and this is the Shine and Glow liquid eyeshadows, and this is in the shade Kitten. Now the reason I chose this shade is because it has a light pink to it. So now again, you can cater this to what you're wearing, but I feel like this will really complement the colors that we use. So like I said before, even if you opt for the Vermeer instead of the Primavera shade, you can cater whatever liner you're using, like what I'm about to show you guys, to that look, or you don't even have to do this step. I just personally like this. So I put some on the back of my hand, and I take a small detail brush, and I'm going to coat that brush. And this look, or this trick, I use on so many people that come to me, and they're like, I want to look glam, but I don't want to look like glam, you know what I'm saying? So you'll see, it's gonna look really pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna start on top where this shadow merges, and we're just gonna place that right in there. You don't want to take too much, but you want to take just enough. As you can see, that was hella easy. You can always extend it a little further. I kind of just flick it out when I do mine. I'm going to actually take this one over a little tiny bit more. But you can always flick it, take it as long as you want. I just kind of like it as like that little pop there. Like I said, you can use whatever shade that you want, but Kitten was the one that I chose for this look. Now that we're done with the eyes for now, I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. Now the reason I'm using this foundation is because it's so full coverage, and for the most part I believe it works on every skin tone. I'm dry and it doesn't look cakey on me ever, so that's good to know. I'm not sure how it does on oily skin. I think it's a good one, but you can always look into it. I would just use a full coverage foundation if I were you. I mean, I always use a full coverage foundation, but if it was for prom, like, you're going to be taking pictures, unless you're, like, someone that really likes that natural look, I just like full coverage, especially if pictures are being taken. Now, also what I would recommend doing with this foundation, see how you can still see my skin through it. This is definitely a buildable coverage foundation. So I, like, my nose got the most, so I look like that one character, Larry the Lobster, in SpongeBob. Does anybody get that reference? I sure as hell hope so. Yeah, so it's good on my nose, but I'm definitely going to build it up more on my cheeks. With this kind of foundation, and with this foundation specifically, you definitely want to build it up, because if you put too much on it first, oh honey, there is no going back. Now that I look sickly, we're gonna do some concealing under my eyes and my nose. And then I'm going to do a slight contour using the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Amber. I'm only going to take this along my cheeks, jawline area, and I'm going to actually take this down my nose because I I am a little dry right now, and I'm using such a full coverage foundation, and I don't want me using powder to break that up, so I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend out that color. And then on the side of my cheeks, I'm going to be using my Clear Sonic. Now I'm going to go in with my RCMA, which has no flashback, so this is a perfect prom powder. And I'm going to set under my eye, my forehead, and my smile lines. Then with a powder brush, this has no, I didn't dip into any product. I'm just going to go in with what is ever on this and just kind of wipe off what I just did, except for under my eyes, and also kind of set, because I know there's powder in here somewhere. Now to really warm up my face, I'm going to be using my Becca bronzer, and it's in the shade Bali Sands, and a bronzer brush. Then with the Anastasia blush kit, I'm going to be using the one Radiant, and I'm going to use this orangey pink shade up here. Now again, be careful with these because they are so pigmented, so use a light hand and really like build it up. But for me, like, that's enough, and I use barely any. And then I'm going to highlight with my Ofra NikkieTutorials Glazed Donut. You already know this is my favorite highlighter. And I just think this, if you are my skin tone, I would use a gold to kind of like match the eyes if you're darker than me. But I just think this is like such a blinding, beautiful highlight. So if you get like if you get pictures taken from the side, you will for sure see this highlight. Then I'm just going to go in with another small brush and use this golden orc, or however you say it, orc, I think orc, I don't know guys. I never know how to pronounce shade names. You should know this by now. Then I'm going to take that same brush that we used in this Cypress Umbra color, and we're going to try and hug that close to the lash line. But smoke it out, but not like too much. And I'm going to spray my face first before using a mascara. For lips, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics KKW collab, and this is in the shade Kimberly. You can outline your lips. I'm just going to throw this on real quick. But this shade is so pretty. You can go more pink, you can go more neutral. I just think this is a really nice color for this look. And that is it for the look. Now, two side notes. So one, obviously I have lash extensions, and the lash that I would recommend with this look is something like what my lash extensions are. So something that's very wispy and pretty. You can go bold, but if you go bold, it might take over the eye look, and you may not be able to see that little pop in there. So I like wispy with this kind of look because it's just cute and pretty and fun, but also a little bit of glamorous. You know what I'm saying? We got some good adjectives up in here. Also, second point, lips. I did use the KKW Kylie collab, and those, if you do not know, are cream lipstick. So if that's the one that you're going to be doing, I'm sure you obviously own it, so you would know this. If you're going to use a cream, it probably is going to come off when you're eating food. So definitely keep that in your bag with you. You can always opt out and use just like a liquid lipstick that's, you know, more drying and will stay on longer all day. That might be a better route for you, but for this look, I wanted that little bit of shine. So if you're going to use a cream, just don't forget to put it in your bag. And that is it, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and this tutorial. I hope that this helps a lot of you guys out there that are going to prom. Have so much fun. Be safe. Number one thing. But if you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up down below. Also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.